Hey guys, what's up? My name is Brett Park, and in today's video we have something really fun and fresh happening, y'all. We are doing a realistic sketchbook tour today. This is my Moleskine sketchbook. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you know that I've been trying to fill out 3 whole sketchbooks in just this past summer. I have been pumping these sketchbooks out like a damn octomom. And I finally finished the last one, so we're gonna be going over it today. Now, keep in mind, this is a realistic sketchbook tour, so this means that there's a mess in here. There are scribbles, there are random streams of consciousness. It really just represents my thought processes, my life, and especially how social media affects me, because there are a couple of spreads in here, a couple of pages that I did specifically for social media. But then you flip the next page and it's just a bunch of scribbles and random lines, and so it's really nice for me, at least, to look back and see the juxtaposition between the two. I don't want to waste any more time, so let's get right into this sketchbook tour. Let's open the sketchbook up, y'all. On the very first page, some ramen, a little sketch. Y'all saw me do this in the last video. Happy stuff here. And in case of loss, please return to your mom. I have used this one before. I was debating between this one and DN, but I decided to go with this one. A little self-portrait here of me at the beach. I was giving a little thumbs up. Yup. And I did some manifestation and goals in the back. I've shown these faces a lot of times. I did this for the 100 head challenge and I did it in one day. So I'm just gonna go through these pretty quick. This is an observational drawing I did at the beach. I think it was actually Manhattan Beach when I was living in LA, and now I'm back home in the Bay Area. That was a little break in the sketchbook. Back to the heads. This is a super quick peace sign. I did it for a hand drawing tutorial. Yay. Do we like it? It's chill. I try to draw without any reference photos on this page. I do a lot of self-portraits, and I wrote no such thing as good and bad. I think there is definitely some things as like a good and bad. Like, there are definitely extremes, but I think most people fall in the middle. Like, it's not black and white, it's very much a spectrum. And I think good people can do bad things, and I think bad people can do good things as well. So you never know. Just some late night thoughts, I guess. Again, not drawing with reference photos. I did kind of like more intense stuff here. It was like a burden of a secret, kind of deep, you know what I mean? I actually really like this character, and I think I'm gonna explore peace with this particular sketch. I don't know why I'm super drawn to it. Drawn. No pun intended. Here, someone's getting shot, and they said, with a positive mindset, anything is possible. I think I drew this after looking back on my webcomic account. On Instagram, I had this account called Thumb Paint, and the vibes there were very much positive energy, and it was borderline toxic positivity, so I kind of stopped posting on that account. And seeing that reminded me of how depressed I was when I was making those comics, and so I just kind of manifested that here. Also, 13 is my favorite number. Ramen boy over here. When I was living in LA, I was eating ramen for a solid week because I just didn't want to spend money on food. It wasn't even because I couldn't spend money on food. I just was sick and tired of seeing my bank statement just increasing with each purchase. So I was fed up. I just went to Daiso with my sister and we just bought ramen packets and udon packets. It was great. Some bad words here. Bad words. But essentially, step your pussy up. Step your pussy up, okay? Rise to the occasion. Be better, essentially. These are observational drawings I did in the village at USC. Fun and fresh. And then I drew a self-portrait and I said, ideas manifest through you. You are the messenger. This is a concept that my sister talked about. She's like, I don't think anything genuinely comes from only ourselves. It's more like the world around us and like the universe telling us to make this art so that it can be expressed and just out there. Not sure if I truly believe in that statement, but I think it's a really interesting concept and something I will definitely ponder later on in life when I spiral. More observational studies. I love this one so much. There was just this kid crying in this mother's arms, and it was just the funniest thing because she was laughing. Me, as a parent. Also, I spent $6.50 on a matcha latte with oat milk. $6.50. $6. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I mean, I bought it, so I guess it made sense at the time. I'm not gonna read this thing because that would take way too long, but I was rewatching Adventure Time and it was definitely a wake-up call for me to express more creativity and to just let loose and not worry about outside pressures to create something I'm not passionate about. When I watched Adventure Time again, it was actually on crack. Like, it was actually insane, and I don't think I realized it at the time, but it was so random. It was so random, but also so deep at the same time. I think Pendleton Ward is just crazy, amazing, talented. They're the person that created Adventure Time. So shout out to Pendleton. He was also the voice of Lumpy Space Princess. Love that. Go Get Your Bitch Ass Mama. Mama Talk by Tyler, the Creator. Tyler's newest album was so good, and I can't get over it. I'm not necessarily a rap person, and this was very much a rap album. Like, I was literally the person to listen to Blast by Claro at the gym. Like, I had that on repeat while I was working out. So me listening to rap is very difficult, but I did it. Another really important quote to me was, are you running away from something or running towards something? My uncle actually told me this quote when I was gonna quit soccer. He asked me like, oh, are you quitting because you're running away from something or you're running towards something? And I didn't exactly know which one it was for me, but you always want to run towards a goal rather than away from like your fear of something. And looking back, I don't think there's a black and white answer to that. I think there was a mixture of a lot of different factors that caused me to quit soccer. So I just wrote, bitch, I just like to run. Period. Why can't I just do things to do things? Like, there doesn't have to be a whole deep reason behind it. And there also could be a really deep reason that I just don't want to articulate or think about, so I just wrote that there. Some concept sketches. Throughout the sketchbook, there are a lot of flowers and nature imagery, and I think that was inspired by like James Jean and Takashi Murakami. Not too sure exactly which one influenced me more, but I love both of those artists so much. At the time, I was trying to make a print for this Robin-inspired world and me running through it, and I even had some sticker ideas I wanted to do that would pair with the print. But after a few days of trying to create this as a print, I just hated it. I hated the composition. I didn't like the character inside of it, and so I just chose not to do it. Some YouTube ideas were here. 2:17 a.m. Drew a scribble for you. Good night. Good fucking luck. The idea here was to draw a scribble and me in the morning wake up and make a piece out of it. And I just decided to leave it as a scribble because I think it was more fun to just leave it alone. Maybe I'll come back to this in like 10 years and complete it. Who knows? Who knows? Some faces, interesting noses here. I drew people in the park again. This character, I think I want to make a sticker or print out of this. It is so funny to me. It just has really good energy for some reason to me, and I really just like the pose, how relaxed it is. The skinny legend, I wrote that. He didn't have a skinny legend t-shirt. I put that in. But he's a cool dude. He was just chilling, living his life. On these pages, I was still in the park and I just felt really happy and excited that I was in LA. I had this moment of thinking like, oh my god, I'm like living the dream. Past me would be so excited and would not believe that I'm here today just drawing in a park, relaxing, and so that made me really happy and inspired to draw more happy things from my childhood. A lot of my art definitely has depressing undertones to it, and I talked about this before, so I'm actively trying to make happier art, and we'll see where that goes. We'll see where that goes. I really like this piece here. I might explore it later on. It's called Animal Kingdom. I'm still debating on whether or not all 4 of these people should be the same character, but I intended it to be me, just in my home, performing for myself, because I think performance has a lot to do with our self-expression in the context of like society. You're constantly performing gender, conforming to expectations, and are constantly being perceived by people, and that's definitely taken a toll on my mental health, and I still have no idea who I really am as a person. And in this thumbnail sketch, I really tried to capture how much it affected me, so much so that I'm constantly performing for no audience anymore. I'm just performing to perform and to appease versions of myself that would only exist outside my home, yet now they're existing in this private space. I don't think that made sense really, but I'll find a better way to articulate it later. I like this a lot. You're fucking hot, Becky. No, you're hot. This was actually inspired by Booksmart. I love that movie. And the 2 main characters just hype each other up, and I think it's so funny and good energy, and I tried to really put that in the sketchbook. A bear playing chess. I really like this style actually, so I'm trying to explore more with colored pencils because it's really fun and playful. But yeah, I can only draw those things when I'm happy, which isn't often, so who knows when that happened. More observational drawings of the beach. I love going to the beach. The beach, the beach. Let's go to the beach. H. To freedom! These are my cousins. She wrote on my sketchbook, hi, sup, die. Love them the most. They deserve the world. I was just sitting on the balcony of this random beach house that we were staying at for a hot sec. The perspective isn't perfect. Like, this house definitely looks turned in a way. Like, it doesn't look like it's following the road. So I would definitely fix that if I had to do it again. But I really like how I rendered this piece in general. I think it was fun and a great exercise. Good practice, you know, sketchbook things, imperfect sketchbook things. More faces, my cousins again. Again, my cousin and my dog. My cousin really wanted me to draw their dog, and so I drew their dog, and their dog's name is Kipo. It's from a TV show apparently, and I was like, oh my god, that's such a weird name, like why would you name your dog after a TV show? And then I realized I named my dog after a boba shop. So I had no room to talk. Here I drew my aunt and second cousin on the beach. I drew Billie Eilish a lot because I was trying to prepare for a TikTok I had to do where I drew Billie Eilish in colored pencil twice on top of each other, and because of that there wasn't much room for error and you can't really erase colored pencils, so I really want to make sure I got it right and understood her proportions enough to be able to do that for the video. And I wrote a couple affirmations here for myself. Don't be afraid to reach out to other artists. Rejection is good and learn from each one. And get comfortable with people saying no. Have affirmations that you are good enough and be comfortable with other people judging your artwork. Make your calendar your religion, follow it, practice, and be consistent. That quote was from Furry Little Peach in one of her videos a long time ago when she was doing this video on productivity, and that really inspired me to be more productive. So I just wrote that little tidbit right there. Fun. Again, Billie Eilish, and I was planning out a couple of videos here of how to draw and going over your first sketchbook page. I posted this video already. This is my last video, but this video will probably be the next one, so stay tuned for that. On this page, I didn't want to fill out space, and so I just cut out the Luca drawing I did in my last sketchbook and put it in here. Yeah, I was just not having it with this sketchbook. And so I put it in here and made it a tip and trick for filling out your first sketchbook page in my last video. I love this drawing so much. I use Ohuhu markers in it, and I also use Prismacolor pencils. Love them. And on this page, I put some post-it notes of me planning for a coffee talk I had over Zoom with my artist friend Morgan. She lives in Chicago, and I was just kind of nervous to talk to her because I'd reach out to her and I was like, hey, love your art. We should totally talk about art. I would love to ask you a couple questions. And so I just wrote down everything she said, and it was fun. She's so sweet. Did not like how this page turned out, but nonetheless, it's here. I was trying to do something like falling in love and playing off of that word. Never experienced that emotion ever before. But the story of this drawing is that two people are jumping out of an airplane and are going to go skydiving. One person has a parachute and the other doesn't. And the other person trusts their friend to hold on to them and pull the parachute for both of them so they both land safely. But this person kind of ditches the other person, T, and goes by themselves. Here, I was debating making a post coming back to my Thumbpaint account. I don't think I will for now because I just don't know exactly how I can reintroduce myself and reintroduce my new art, but I'm trying to work on it. We'll see where that goes. And I also wrote down some thoughts on imposter syndrome because I was doing a TikTok talking about it. Being a little vulnerable. I'm also gonna make a larger video on imposter syndrome because I've been feeling it a lot lately. It's bad, but I feel like talking about it and writing it down makes me feel a bit better. More sketches. I did these on TikTok Live. They were just Pinterest reference photos. And again, you have this like James Jean-esque flower, people in the background. But I think I made it enough of my own where I can call it like my own style still. Not too sure how I feel about that. So I don't think I'm like directly copying off of his style. I'm just taking inspiration from it. And also, heads in a flower is not that original anymore. Like, I've seen so many like professional artists use it, so I don't think any one artist can actually claim that style. Me justifying that I've copied James Jean. Again, writing about imposter syndrome here, and doing a little thumbnail sketch of what imposter syndrome would look like. I actually have the finished piece I did for this. It's right here. I'll explain it more in my imposter syndrome video, but this is the final piece that came out of it. I think it's meh. It's definitely like a sketch. Maybe I'll do it again better, but for now, we'll just leave it. For these last couple pages, they're just scribbles. I don't know what's happening. For this, I was exploring an idea of me like eating my house and eating like things in my childhood neighborhood. Because the concept I was trying to think about was me cramming in all these childhood memories that I would have before I go to college. So me just hanging out with friends a bunch, me talking to family more, and in reality, you can't cram that stuff in. Like your childhood was your childhood, and there's nothing you can do before you go off to college that'll magically fill any holes you had in your childhood. It just is what it is, and it just should exist there, and you shouldn't try to cram everything down in just the last month before you leave. This is super random. Do you like my hat? It's actually the cube talking, and this is the hat. Not too sure what that is. And on the very last page, we have screaming. This looks very random, but to me, I understand it. It's someone in a dress on a soccer field kicking a ball. I thought it'd be really cool to get that juxtaposition again. I hate that word. How someone can still be more feminine and take up space within a masculine environment, but kick ass and be that bitch. I'll probably make this a full painting soon, so we'll see how that goes. But with all that being said, that is the last page of my sketchbook, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like the video, and if you have a fun comment, critique, or joke to share, you can comment it down below. We're a super small and tight-knit community here, so I always see all your guys' comments, and I love responding to all of you. And if you like me, my art, or want to see my journey as an art student in LA, you can subscribe. It's a fun time here. And I think that's the end of the video, y'all. That's the end of the video.